this facility years ago. It's amazing, so it's cool with the stadium seating. I've been all around the country for 15 years, and this is the best facility in the country, I promise you.
Isn't this like an unbelievably great 2 days? I mean, where do you get a trading conference with this quality, I mean, of information, right? Don't you just feel like this is almost like a work conference, isn't it? I mean, you can actually take stuff we learn here, look at it, and turn it into income. Right. So for those of you guys who don't know me, I'm Dino. I've been trading since 2006.
When the actual firm orders come in from, say, Barclays or BNP, whoever, they come to us because we honestly get the best price. I mean, guys.
We had the pleasure of having Steve in the community for what, a year? Mm-hmm. A year or so. And I think Steve, you'll enjoy. He's got a great approach to just, I want to keep saying the word holistic, like this is like a, like a health club or something. Holistically, Steve will make you better. No.
Or everybody that's inside this group, that's inside this room, and that's online, if you do ever open up an account, we have a special commission rate for all of the Dan Sheridan students. And
as I was putting together the different strategies, I'm trying to come at it from, I'm calling this getting back to basics. In other words, what I've seen over the last year or two is people just doing strategies. I'm doing the Joe Badahuco butterfly, right? We're just doing it. I'm doing the Marilyn Monroe iron condor, right? Any problem with anything of that? I think it's wonderful, right? There's individual, you come up and those are good trades. I'm not saying they're not good trades. But I look at them a lot of times when I was in the pit, or if I look at stuff, it didn't matter what you called it. Right? The truth serum is, let me see the Greeks of the strategy. In other words, you may call it, I'm doing a bullish butterfly. Let me see the Greeks. You're lying. You're not doing it. Oh, I thought I was. We're excited to have Dennis. Dennis has been in I feel like an AA meeting. Dennis has been with us for 6 months. How long have you been in the community?
The Sheridan community, I actually took my first class, I think, in September. After I lost my brilliance in August. I was doing great, first 6 months of last year, and then August came around, and I realized I wasn't as smart as I thought I was, and started in August.
If you ask me why we do this thing every year, it's sharing and meeting and talking, right? We're people, right? And it's, you can do anything with your time and money, and sharing, telling the story, sharing, and everybody's at different journeys, right? There's no good, there's no bad. You're just at different journeys here, and that's what Dennis, even though he's in his first year, sharing a little bit of the journey.
So the short strangle iron condor, the guidelines here, usually 36 days to expiration, but I'll go anywhere from like 29 to 43 is kind of my window. It's in SPX that I do this. The call's at a 5 to 6 delta usually, and then the put's at a 6 to 7 delta, and then it's 20 points wide to give me that some premium. I'm usually looking for 7 to 8% at this point, with a max loss around 10%, but looking really kind of at that short delta, getting to about a 20, 25, and looking at where my profit and loss is at that point. So these are the trades that I've done so far this year. As I said, and I've kind of built on these. I mean, I started out with 10 contracts and in a 20 wide spread. 10 contracts is going to be around 18,000.
The beginning of 2007, and then, of course, in 2008, half of our net worth vanished for the most part, and so started looking at, maybe the growth investing isn't really what makes sense for us in retirement, and so started looking at trading for cash. All right, okay. And we started out. I had done a little dabbling in options, but not much. Did some directional trading and found out that, I saw Dan at a conference here in Chicago 3 years ago, I guess it was, and I liked the income trading approach that Dan was, the delta neutral, trading for theta kind of approach, and so then really had done a lot more education with that. I don't feel like a vet, all right, because we've really only been doing this kind of trading for a couple of years, and it's still a journey.
People want to okay, I signed up for mentoring. What do you say? In 4 months, am I doing 50 contracts? Well, probably not.
Volatility hurts a lot on the downside, right? Because you have a little bit of credit to deal with versus your risk.
So I'm going to talk about SPX a little bit, talk about the Wednesday weeklies. This is everything that's available in the SPX world. The newest thing, again, are the Wednesday weeklies. There was always who in the hell's going to trade Wednesday weeklies? A lot of people.